Welcome back to another episode of Tales from the Rig, where you and I both find out at the same time what we're talking about when the lovely Court shares with me pictures, videos, and or apparently sounds that will remind us of a tale from a time on the road, and then we will discuss.
Yes. Are you ready?
Yes.
This week we have an audio clue.
Ooh.
So I'm going to have you close your eyes or look away from my computer because our phones are in use as equipment at this time. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Are you shitting me?
Oh my.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, I know exactly where we are and what's happening.
I should have given a language warning because this audio clue is mostly full of swear words. So what do you think you hear happening?
Oh man, our clothes are on fire. Yeah. They're really on fire, and we're in Paducah, Kentucky.
That is exactly where we are.
Where good things and bad things happen.
Man, you do not want to be there in the spring if you are not prepared for tornadoes. That was a whole different tale. But in this specific tale,
yes,
that is correct. Our clothes are in fact on fire.
Yep.
I thought we would just close it out with the clothing theme because
close it out. Ding. Oh.
No.
Babe, everyone thinks I'm hilarious.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. This is our new Zoom recorder that now apparently has sound buttons.
That's right. Of course, when I make hilarious jokes, we've got our laugh track. And it just keeps going. They'll laugh as long as I let them.
We should let them stop laughing.
We also, in case we've got a really money idea.
No. But that oddly sounds exactly like the Fisher-Price
this is fantastic
button on the cash register from childhood.
I love it. And of course, if we want to sting ourselves in or out.
Oh, that one's actually cool.
That's pretty jazzy.
That reminds me of the 90s.
Yeah, I really like it.
I do like that one.
And then, of course, we've got our traditional sitcom transition music. Come on, that sounds like Golden Girls.
It might sound like Golden Girls, but it also sounds like when you're closing down your Windows computer in 1995.
My memory doesn't go back that
far. When
was
this made? When is the copyright on this device
this is Zoom's very brand new PodTrack P4 device.
Okay.
So,
yes.
I mean, I would think it was made in this century.
Got it. So
and our decade. Century's a long time. So what were we doing before everyone thought I was hilarious?
I think we were agreeing that we're not touching any more of the buttons during the episode.
Everyone thought that was really funny too. Good one, babe. Okay, so our clothes are on fire.
I'm a little concerned.
I had a cookie earlier. I'm not gonna lie.
This might not go well.
Okay, let's chat about it.
Okay, so yes, we chose this because we oddly had a very large amount of tales about our clothes. So I just thought, this could be the end of that mini series. I shared this clue on Instagram this morning. And normally what I prompt people to do is guess a letter to solve what it was called. And this episode is called These Clothes Are on Fire.
These clothes are on fire.
You could go Alicia Keys, or you could go Kings of Leon. These clothes are on fire.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see where you took that. Okay.
So there were a lot of ways it could go. Yep. And then for the audio, the music I put on with the clue, it was Nelly's intro to It's Getting Hot in Here.
So take off all these clothes.
I really just went for it this morning. But what I actually received instead of letter guesses were multiple message of people going, oh my God, this is when your clothes caught on fire.
Oh, wow.
More people than I ever would have thought remembered the vlog from last year when we talked about this. And some people were like, ha ha, oh my God. And some were like, oh my God. So yes, if you were not around for the vlog last year, our clothes caught on fire.
These clothes are on fire.
These clothes are on fire.
When you live the RV lifestyle, you typically don't find that people have washers and dryers in their rigs. Some do.
Yeah.
But they tend to be really heavy and can't do a lot of laundry all at once. So people end up just using laundromats. A lot of campgrounds you'll see have either coin laundry on site. We've been to some where they give you free laundry. We were pretty sure that one was because no one else would come to the campground unless they gave free laundry, because a train went through right behind us
at 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. It was quite startling. But you also had private bathrooms that were like log cabin-esque. So, I mean, you just got used to the train.
The bathrooms were killer. Yes. They were really cool. But anyway, so you're very used to taking your clothes to go to the laundromat and or to the campground's laundry facilities. This campground had about 4 washers, 4 dryers, pretty small laundry, pretty slow. Oh my God.
Pretty slow laundry moon. I'm not even going to edit that out. I'm going to keep that right in there, my girl.
It was a pretty small laundry room is where I did not land that one. So anyway, I was working. You had started the laundry.
Yes. And so we were staying here for a month because we were visiting friends. So I had already used the washer and dryer. Like, I had already used it a few times. And I did notice that when they came out of the dryer, they were abnormally hot. And fun fact, in case you ever wanted to know this, I don't ever put our clothes on high when we are using campground washers and dryers. It would be just the dryer or laundromats, because the heat is different in all of them, and True. I purposely did not want our clothes to get too warm or shrink or melt or whatever, right? Like, we've never had that happen. And so I always purposely choose the medium setting. So in this specific instance, we had already done laundry a few times. I was grabbing it out of the dryer.
Yeah.
Throwing it into our cloth laundry bin, which is going to be important. And we had that laundry bin.
It was a gift.
It was a gift for when we hit the road. So we had it for 2.5 years at this point.
See laundry episode.
I was in a hurry because I had a chiropractic appointment, because we had been in the area long enough. Our friends knew chiropractors. And so I grabbed it out, put it in the fabric laundry thing, and then I dropped it off in the rig, and then I was like, I have to go to this appointment.
It's at this point, it is spring in Kentucky, so it's starting to get warm. So we had the air conditioner on, and the entire rig was closed up. We didn't have the windows open or anything. You put the laundry in, and we had the air conditioner running. No windows open.
Yes. So Beth was still working. So I'm like, I'm going to run to the chiropractor. I love you. I'll be right back. Close the door behind me. So I leave. I go to my appointment, and you text me.
Yeah. So I had 2 hours of meetings, and I knew she was going to be gone. And I'm sitting facing the window. She had put the laundry in behind me because the door is right there.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting on this meeting, and I was like, what is that smell? And I was like,
that was a really good.
Thank you so much.
Audible.
It was an audio bit there.
It was
a little
great.
ASMR. So
Beth sniffing ASMR.
I can't stand ASMR. It creeps me out. But so one thing to note also is that we had a car next door to us. It was what are those things called? An impound lot?
A junkyard?
A junkyard. Well, they fixed things too, though.
It was a car repair place. So there was a spot in the back where they had vehicles, but they were working on cars. So we were pretty close to that.
I'm inside. I'm on a call, and I'm like, that's a really weird smell. But then I was like, I don't know. They were welding earlier. So I don't know. They're probably welding something, and I don't know what welding smells like, but it smells a little stinky. So I opened the window because I was like, I'm trying to smell if it's from outside or inside, all trying to be super chill on my call too, by the way.
Oh yeah, you were on a call this entire time.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there trying to focus, pay attention. I was like, man, I don't know if that's welding or not, but that doesn't smell like it should be happening. So I text Court, and I was like, there's a really weird smell in the air. I thought it was outside at this point.
Can I just interject that anytime Beth and I are separated for any
Four
amount
and a
of
half
time,
seconds.
4.5 seconds, even though we were together literally all of the time, Beth's favorite thing to do is text me. Like as soon as we're apart, like we could be sitting in the same space for hours and she could not say a word to me. This actually happened
Accurate.
today. She went to do laundry and I was working and literally she texted me the entire time she was gone.
It's because there are really intriguing headlines. Okay, who am I supposed to text?
So you text me and my chiropractic appointment is running 40 minutes behind. Like I remember it was such a long amount of time that I was like, I can probably just rub my back on something and be fine. Like, that's really mean.
Like a bear.
I'm not minimizing chiropractor work, but I was like, I really don't want to be here for this long. Like it's taking way too long. Anyway, I wrap up. I text Beth. I'm like asking her questions about the smell. And then I'm like, I'm on my way back.
Well, and what I was saying is it smells really chemically.
Yes.
It smells like a chemical, and I feel like it's getting stronger, which is weird because the welding stopped. So I was like, I don't know if there's like a chemical leaking from one of the cars over there, if it's left over from the welding. So then I closed the window. Awesome.
Oh my God.
To keep it out and keep cycling the air conditioner. And I was like, I think it's getting worse actually. Or wait,
Yeah.
is it coming from inside? I was very confused. Literally don't even know what the meeting was about at this point.
So I pull in and I get out and I am walking up and I can't smell anything. The truck was parked behind the rig, so I don't smell anything at first because I'm like smelling outside to see if it was the car place across the way. And then as I'm walking up, the smell is getting stronger. And you had opened, the screen door was open at this point. So like the main door was open. So it was the screen door. And I walk in, as I'm walking up, it is so strong.
Very strong.
I open it and it's like kind of hazy in there. And I literally immediately go over to the air conditioner and I shut it off because I remember something at the time I was Googling while I was waiting 40 minutes that people said sometimes the air conditioner, if it starts to leak the coolant, it has this like sweet chemical smell. So I am like, okay, it has to be the air conditioner. So I walk in, pass the clothes, go to the air conditioner, shut it off. And I'm like, babe, you cannot be in here. Like she has been sitting in this chemical haze.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
I was just like, bacon in it.
Yeah, she was just baking in some chemical smell. So I'm like, you need to get out. Like I remember I made you get out of the rig and you were on your call still, weren't you? Did you take your computer out? You're like, sorry.
Oh, I did because I finished it on the picnic table.
Yeah, she finishes up her call.
I got the ladder out because
out.
Court thinks it's the air conditioner and she's reading from the forums and she's like, it's saying that there's going to be like a liquid leaking from the top. So
mind you, the entire time, which this will be a critical part of the story, the clothes are still in the rig
inside
this entire time in the fabric laundry bin.
So I get up on a ladder.
Which, good job, by the way. You don't like to be up there.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I don't like heights.
Yeah.
Which is funny because it's 10 feet high. But that's still heights for me because I'm not 10 feet high.
And I usually am like, do you want me to do it? Because I don't have the fear of heights. But you're like, no, I want to do this. So good job, Beth.
Try to tough it out and say, no, I'll do it. So I get up there and I was like, there's nothing coming from the air conditioner except the expected bits of water that come out of an air conditioner. There's no liquid. There's no chemicals. There's nothing. So then I get down and we're so confused. And then you tell me this part. You said, I'm going to call a mobile repair guy.
Yes. So the one and only time we ever had a mobile tech come to our rig was in Paducah, Kentucky.
The year before.
He was so nice.
So nice.
That literally, I remember saving his number and he was like, if you ever have questions, like call me. And he was so great that I'm like, this guy. I remember this guy.
I wish I remember his business. Give him a shout
out. I know.
Out.
We can go back and look for it. And so I'm like, this guy. Mm-hmm. So I call him and I'm like, hi, this is Courtney. You know, you helped us a year ago and we're back in Paducah.
I am just remembering as you're saying this, another key component of this story, a tornado was supposed to be coming through.
Was it?
Yes, because we were like, hey, guy, we need
was
your...
it James?
I think it was like
Jesse.
Jaden. It was not.
Jaden. I think it was Jaden.
Okay. It was definitely not
Thank you,
Jesse.
Jaden.
So this was another key part of it is we couldn't just like, oh, we'll let it go, whatever. It literally, there was a storm coming that night. And so he said he couldn't come that night because of the storms. It was like a Thursday. And then the weekend was coming, and we're like, what do we do? Because we can't, the rig smells so strongly right now. We can't go in there. We certainly, if a tornado's coming, we're going to have to pack a bag and shelter anyway.
Well, so then I ask him, I'm like, with this smell, is it safe to stay in here? Like, even if we don't run the air conditioner, but then I'm like, we can't not run the air conditioner because it's so
hot.
warm. So essentially, I put an appointment on the books and he couldn't get to us until that following Monday. So I was like, should we be leaving? And he's like, yeah, I would not stay in there.
I all of a sudden, while you were on the phone with him, because you were actually actively on the phone with him because as you're making the appointment, and I think it was like the next day, he's like, I can get there, but the storms, blah, blah, blah. It won't be till tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
I grabbed the clothes because I was trying to think. I was like, what changed?
That's right.
You changed?
You went inside.
Yeah.
Because I was like talking to him and I was like, so we're going to have to go to a hotel. We're going to have to pack clothes.
So you're still on the phone. I go inside and I was like, think about this. What changed between when I didn't smell the smell and I did smell the smell? And I went back in my mind palace and I was like, Court put the clothes in here. And I was like, well, that's weird. It's not going to be the clothes. And I picked the laundry basket up and I take a big old inhale. And I was like, oh my God, it's the clothes. So I bring them out. She's on the phone. And I was like, babe, smell the clothes. And she was like, yeah, so you can come out. She was like, what are you doing? And I was like, no, smell. We don't need him. Smell the clothes.
Because I could not comprehend. I was like, what are you talking about? Why would it be our clothes? So I was like, no, yeah, thanks, Jaden. Like, yeah, that'd be great.
So anyway, she gets on the phone call and I was like, babe, it's the clothes. It's the clothes that smell. And she was like, why would the clothes? I just washed them. I was like, I know. I can't explain why they smell so strongly, but it's the clothes. So I set the basket down and I reached my hand in to like, I don't know, pull stuff up. And as soon as I pull the first piece out, smoke starts coming up.
And I was like, your hand.
Well,
in the video, you went to grab.
Really?
Yeah, watch.
I don't remember that.
Hold on. We're gonna bring this back.
Are you shitting?
You burned your hand.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then pulled
okay.
it out.
All right. So correction to the story. I stuck my hand into the clothes that were actively on fire. I felt that it was hot. I obviously retracted quite quickly. And then I was like, as I pulled out, you can see I pull out one piece of clothing. That's when it like showed the smoke. And I was like, oh my God, our clothes are smoking. I think our clothes are on fire. And she was like, there's no way. Why would they be on fire? I was like, I don't know. So I end up dumping it out.
Yeah.
And you can see there's a couple pieces that are visibly.
My sweatpants, crotch gone. Just burned holes in the crotch of my favorite sweatpants. My favorite bicycle shorts, the crotch was gone.
There was a couple
what do you have against the crotch of my clothes?
Yeah, we didn't know. I couldn't even find what was the culprit until I did.
Yeah, so here we go. We now of the video have the clothes on the ground actively smoking. Yeah. And Beth goes, I think you said, how do I use a fire extinguisher? Like, go get the fire extinguisher.
I definitely didn't need a fire extinguisher.
And I was like, babe, we can just get water.
We can stomp on them.
Yeah.
So at this point.
Yeah, but it was very alarming. Like, I understand where you were like,
oh, I sure did. We put water on.
Yeah.
Them, huh?
So I went in and got like our water
you
container.
You can still see the ladder set up because we thought our air conditioner was on fire.
Look how bad that is.
Oh,
like
yeah, I
those
forgot
pants.
about those.
The pants were destroyed. So we poured water on it.
So we're just looking like a real yard sale at this point. And there's a family who's driving around on a golf cart and they go,
hold on, I'm going to play it. I'm going to do this just so I can hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. Our clothes just caught on fire.
They go, you guys okay? And we just casually are like, yeah, our clothes just caught on fire. No biggie.
No biggie. Nothing
yeah.
to see here.
Oh,
and they're like, oh my God, do you need clothes?
You know
okay?
when your clothes catch on fire. It's just one of those things, guys. Don't worry.
It
Our
is
clothes caught
not
on
one
fire.
of those things. That is
So,
not normal.
The question here is, how the fuck did your clothes catch on fire?
Yeah.
And essentially, I'll just say it was user error because what we did unknowingly is we use a skincare line that is oil-based. And we have a certain cloth that we use to take the oil off once we've used it.
Yeah.
Very clearly on the instructions, and apparently
On a dryer.
according
On
to
a dryer.
everyone
Yeah.
we've told, they're like, oh yeah, you can't dry things that have oil on it.
Which I think the warning, yes, to oil, and someone said like that's been a thing for a long time because people who used to have like shop rags and would use like what's it called, mineral spirits or
turpentine
oil,
or whatever, yeah.
it's like that's fucking flammable. Like it's a chemical, it's an oil base, like you cannot put that in a dryer.
And also, if anything is oil based, you can't dry it or it'll bake it. Like
Yeah.
it essentially bakes
makes
it into
it
whatever clothes,
crunchy.
right?
Yeah.
So, and we were telling someone this, and it was a guy, because I remember he was like an older guy, and he's like, oh yeah, I remember can't put shop rags in the dryer, and we were like, when was this taught to us? Like, what the fuck, home ec class?
I learned in
Come
home
on.
ec how to make monkey bread.
Yeah. Why did we have a universal experience to make monkey bread?
And how to sew animal patterned
I didn't even get
pillows
that.
by hand. So that's what I spent my time doing from home.
Yeah, not like don't put shit
Yeah.
that had oil on it in
Yeah.
the dryer. You'll blow shit
Yeah,
up.
and so I went back at one point. This is like fast forward, and I looked at the dryer to
Yeah, it
like
sure says
see
it.
if there was a sticker or something, because we posted the vlog, and some people are like, "What the fuck?" and other people are like, "Oh yeah, no oil in the dryer." And I was like, "Please tell me how you know this." So I did go back.
Yeah.
I looked at the dryer, and it was like the tiniest sticker I've ever seen. The color of the text was the same color as the actual dryer. So you
Good.
had like a layer of transparency
Good.
with matching text that had like a tiny little X with like a triangle.
Well, to be fair though, that the cloth we used to remove the oil also had the same
Do
warning.
not dry.
Do not dry.
yeah.
To be fair, the cloth that we used to remove the oil from our face also had the warning that said "Do not dry."
I don't.
We just didn't read that.
Yeah, I have a genuine question, and this will be a poll on our Spotify, like wherever I upload, and it says add a poll. Do you read the tags on clothing and towels and washcloths? I bet some people do.
I do. I just
Well, you kind of missed it on this
okay,
one.
but I will qualify that statement. I do, except once I see washing cold or warm, I'm out. I
Yeah.
felt like that was what I needed
It's
to know.
not just the wash; it's the dry.
It's apparently the dry. So
And
anyway,
you would think that since then we've paid attention to labels. I still do
No.
not.
No.
So okay, that was like part one of why that happened. Basically, what do you call it? A Molotov cocktail?
Molotov.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Russian thing where you like. I also learned this when this happened, where there was like in the olden days, you took
said
a
a
glass
Molotov
bottle and you dunked the cloth in something flammable, put it in the bottle, lit it on fire, and threw it. So we basically
Yes.
made a homemade one of those on accident in this dryer. The dryer was fine, by the way. No damage to the dryer. We had been drying those cloths with the skincare oil for months.
Yeah.
For months. And it was so funny because I said to Beth, I was like, I really like the texture of these cloths, but I feel like they get crunchy and I feel like they like hold the oil in after we wash it. Also, if you were around for the mystery of why the fuck I had oil stains in my clothing for at least a year and a half, that was probably it too. I also think the other two factors were, one, that dryer was freakishly hot. Like when the
Okay.
clothes came out. So we have the oil and the cloth. We know that's our bad. But the dryer was so abnormally hot.
Okay.
So we're grabbing freakishly hot clothes out. And I've touched a lot of dry clothes. We've been to a lot of laundromats.
It's a very odd statement.
Yes, I
I've
have done
touched a
that.
lot of dry clothes.
You can add that to my resume.
All right.
So I think that was a factor. I think the other factor, because if you're just thinking about it systematically, you're taking freakishly hot clothes that have oil on it, you're stacking them in a tall laundry bin that is also fabric. So I'm looking at our laundry basket right now because, spoiler alert, the other one did not survive.
Didn't make it.
And it's a plastic one and it has holes in it so the laundry can breathe, which now I'm like, holy fucking shit. Is that why there's always been holes in laundry baskets?
Wow. Maybe.
Maybe. So it couldn't breathe.
So they can breathe.
It was stacked. It was freakishly hot. It had oil. So normally
storm.
after we do laundry, we dump it out right away on the bed or wherever we're going to fold it. But because I was in a hurry, I sat it there. So I think it was just like the perfect storm.
I will also say it's very fortunate that we discovered this and didn't just go to bed and say, we'll fold it in the morning.
We were literally going to go to a hotel.
Yeah.
Because we had that conversation
because
after.
there was a tornado coming.
Yep. We couldn't.
We
be
had
in
to
there.
shelter anyway. Even if we didn't go to a hotel, we had to
Yep.
find shelter somewhere because our little baby trailer would have tipped over like a stick.
Yep.
So one way or the other, we were about to leave that rig and close it up for the night, and
With the clothes in
with
there.
the clothes in there just sizzling away, and
That would have been very bad, and I have no doubt it would have burnt to the ground.
Oh
the,
yeah,
the rig.
Yeah.
Like, when you think
For
of
sure.
the materials in the rig, I don't think it would have gone well.
Also, not sure if you've been around on this channel the 17 times we've mentioned I have fire trauma because I did lose a house to fire.
Yeah,
So
and you were locked in
that
the
would
house
have
with
been
fire.
terrible.
Oh, baby.
That would have been a terrible way to lose another home, is to be like, hey, why did that happen?
Ugh.
Because you didn't fucking read the instructions.
Yeah. Moral, what did we learn from this tale?
What did we
Read the
learn?
fucking instructions.
Read the fucking instructions
So,
and don't dry oil.
It was fine. Like once we got the clothes out, dumped all over the lawn,
Yep.
as you do.
Few pieces didn't make it.
Yeah. And honestly, no, a lot of pieces didn't make it because the ones that weren't burnt, they smelled
were real stinky.
like fire and chemicals. So we salvaged what we could. I remember washing some of the pieces and they still kind of smelled like smoke. So it says it in the video somewhere. I think it was you who go, well, we wanted to go to Plato's Closet anyway for new clothes. So that night we literally went to Plato's Closet.
Yeah, I think the chemical smell, if I'm thinking back to what was burning, I think that it was my Under Armour shirt that had the...
Your underwear.
No, there's no chemical smell coming from my underwear, my unders. But the Under Armour shirt had like in
this.
lettering, it had, this, whatever that is, was just like slowly sizzling.
And whatever, let me show you. We are not sponsored by Puma, but hey, that'd be cool.
But if you'd like to sponsor us,
this
we're
is
open to it.
my favorite shirt, so we're open to it. It's this fabric, which is what, neoprene?
I don't know.
Not polyester. Sporty, which we think
call
is
it
neoprene.
sporty.
But it was like the letters were melted, which I think was part of the chemical smell. So we accepted what happened. We threw away a lot of our clothes. We let the rig air out. We went to Plato's Closet that night, picked out some new clothes, kind of was just like, this is what it is. And that closes the chapter. So we've had
On ruining our clothes.
washing clothes in a bucket for one time. Moldy clothes on fire.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I mean, there shouldn't be more than that. That should be it for what's happened to our clothes.
Let's hope.
So that's that tale. That's the end.
Man. Well, hopefully this was fun for you. It was certainly fun for us recounting our trauma on camera. Hey. We will be back next week with a new tale. If you don't already follow us on social media, you can follow us at Life with Beth and Court on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And lifewithbethandcourt.com is our website. We've got helpful resources over there. Head there if you're interested in the RV lifestyle. And that's a wrap, babe.
That's it. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.